Obsessive compulsive disorders affect people of all genders. It affects everyone, but there are some signs and symptoms that is peculiar to women, and this is caused by biological, psychological, or social factors. So here are some core OCD signs that affect all genders. The first one is for the obsession. When you have these unwanted or intrusive thoughts about images or urges, the thought is preoccupying your mind all of the time. You find yourself having fear of contamination. You don't want any dirt or germs or illnesses to come around you. You avoid things like sharp objects. The fear of harming other people around you or harm yourself to harm other people. Perfectionism, or you don't want to make mistakes at all. So the thought of not wanting to make mistakes is preoccupying your mind. It could be obsessive compulsive disorder. And for the compulsion, when you have this repetitive behavior or mental acts that you do just to reduce stress, you always carry out this behavior, and it's caused by the thoughts that you already have in your mind. And these include excessive cleanliness and hand washing, always washing your hands just to wash out dirt and germs and illnesses around you. You're always cleaning everywhere. Every minute you clean up your kitchen, clean up your toilet, clean up the floor, clean up your doorknobs and all that, just because you're avoiding dirt. And then you always have a particular way you arrange your things, your kitchen, your wardrobe, your clothes, your books are orderly arranged in a particular way, and nobody dares goes around it to mess it up. Repetitively checking your doorknobs, your keys, just to ensure that the door is locked, the keys are locked, and then your stove is not turned on, your switches are turned off or on when you are going out, and things like that. You could go back to check like 5 times just to be sure before you eventually go out. These are the compulsions, and it happens to people of all genders. So let's talk about OCD signs for women, my gender. How OCD is when you have the repetitive thoughts and behavior that people around you are in danger, they are in harm, or you are causing harm to them, or harm has come to them because of things around them. And so because of this, sometimes you avoid touching sharp objects just because you do not want to harm people around you or harm yourself in order to harm people. Relationship OCD, you have these doubts about your love or your romantic relationship with your spouse or partner. You're always asking, does he love me? Is he cheating on me? Is he the one for me? Am I in the right relationship? And the thought preoccupies your mind, and you even act it out. Or sometimes when you always have the urge to want reassurance of your love, of their love for you, and you always ask them if they love you. These are the people that you see that ask their spouses about, do you love me, every time. It could be obsessive compulsive disorder if this continues over a long period of time. Postnatal OCD usually starts during pregnancy, and after having that child, you always have the thoughts of maybe you causing harm to that baby, or people around causing harm to the baby. And so in as much as you can, you try not to make people come near to that baby, because you have this obsession that they may cause harm to the baby, or you causing harm to your baby. And then you always repeatedly check in on your child. So if you find yourself as the nursing mother checking if your child is breathing, if your child is sleeping, you do this like 5 or 10 times in 1 hour, and it becomes a behavior that you cannot help. It could be OCD. Contamination OCD for women, when you're often focused on cleanliness at home, at work, or your children's body, their school bag, their lunch boxes, you ensure that there's no dirt that comes near the home. When they are coming into the house, they remove all their clothing before they enter the house. Their shoes are always washed every day. These are signs that it could be OCD. And then this in turn leads to when you have the fear of passing on illnesses to your loved ones, and so you avoid objects or things that may make you have illness, so that you don't pass it on to them. These are signs of OCD. If these symptoms are there and they last for more than 1 hour in a day, and it causes significant distress to you, or it interferes with your day-to-day activity, it interferes with your work and your relationship with people, you need to seek for help. A lot of times people don't see the need to seek for professional help when they have obsessive compulsive disorder. People have obsessive compulsive disorder, but they find a way to manage the situation around it. So if you can help yourself by avoiding some some of these things, and if not, you can seek for professional help. If you think that you have any of these signs, it is not anything to be ashamed about. You can share it in the comment section, but do also like and share this video and also subscribe to my channel. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.